Hi, I'm Dr. John Douillard, and welcome to LifeSpa.com, where we prove the ancient medical wisdom of Ayurveda with modern science. And if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel below. And if you want to dig deeper and read the associated article with all the science and the ancient wisdom, please check out our website at LifeSpa.com. And while you're there, please visit our Ayurvedic store. We have a full line of Ayurvedic herbs, skincare, courses, books, and much more. Okay, let's begin. Today I want to talk about sleep. You know, up to 60% of the population have difficulty sleeping. And from the Ayurvedic perspective, we call this a vata imbalance. An imbalance that has to do with the nervous system. So what we often do in the Ayurvedic world and in the Western herbal medicine world, and even in the Western medical world, is we try to sedate the body. We use vata balancing herbs that are naturally sedative in nature to sedate the body. But there's an old Ayurvedic premise that now has emerging science to help explain why we actually have difficulty sleeping. And it's not because we have too much energy and we can't settle down. It's actually because we're exhausted. We have too little. So when we actually have too much energy, we stay wired for sound and we can't settle down. So logically, we just say, oh, I'll just sedate you and you'll go to sleep and feel better. But we're actually taking the underlying cause of exhaustion, right? And we're just driving that deeper into the physiology, giving the body symptomatic relief, making a tired person, by sedating them, even more tired. And this is why it's a very slippery slope, a trick that many herbalists and Ayurvedic sleep remedies fall into, is they give you herbs to sedate you and give you the symptomatic relief. So you say, oh, this herb worked great. But oftentimes it works for a short period of time and never really resolves the problem. What we really need is deep rejuvenation. We want to deeply rejuvenate the body so it has the energy to sedate itself. And that's what I want to talk to you today. I want to talk about 4 Ayurvedic herbs in a form that we created years ago called Sleep Easy, which is designed to give you deep rejuvenation so you can sedate yourself. But I also want to talk about the science because it's so cool how this actually works, right? So it's really interesting that the body actually does need energy to sedate itself. So in your cells, in your brain, your body produces an energy supply called ATP. Probably remember that from biology class, adenosine triphosphate. And when the body produces adenosine triphosphate, it gives us energy to go through all the things we do during the day, but it also provides energy that we need to sedate ourselves at night. So the science shows us that there's an actual major surge of ATP in the first few hours of night to actually get us through light sleep and even get us into deep sleep. When the brain waves really slow down, we're actually needing energy to do that. So how does that work? Well, adenosine triphosphate is the energy provider, but after the body uses the energy, it leaves as a residual the adenosine. And the adenosine is actually the body's natural sedation molecule. So that's what actually puts us to sleep. So when you actually have surges of energy to get your body to have sleep, you're also getting waves of this adenosine that actually sedate yourself. So the body needs the energy and the natural amount, which is all perfectly measured. So the body gives you the right amount of energy and the right amount of sedation. That's naturally your body doing it, versus you taking a sedation pill to sedate your body, which is already exhausted. So the deep rejuvenation comes from helping our body get more energy. So we do that with herbs to give us that deep rejuvenation, as opposed to that absolute sedation that is often commonly used for symptomatic relief of sleep concerns that never really last very long. Now, there's a lot of reasons why we have, a level of exhaustion that doesn't give us the ATP that we need to sedate ourselves and go to sleep at night. And I've written many articles. If you go to my website at lifespa.com and just type in sleep, you'll see that there's many articles. The morning sun has something to do with how much ATP you produce at night, how much melatonin, the sleep hormone, you produce at night. The amount of stress that you're under has so much to do here as well. The body's circadian rhythms are all about that. And guess what? The adenosine in the ATP, the adenosine triphosphate, is a regulator of your circadian rhythms. It turns off your biological clocks on and off at the right time of day. So you have hunger in the middle of the day and sleep desire at the end of the day. So that's the beauty of this, is we have actual now the science to say that, yeah, you can't sleep, don't sedate them, rejuvenate them. And there's a lot of herbs that are sort of sedatives in disguise. So in our Sleep Easy formula we use an herb called Brahmi, Centella asiatica. Centella asiatica has been shown to increase ATP. It's also been shown to use for sleep, for thousands of years it was used as a sleep tonic, but it's also an herb you can take in the day to give you mental clarity and focus. It's a brain lymphatic detoxifying herb to help the body clean out some of the trash, to the tune of 3 pounds a year we dump out of our head through the brain lymphatic system. So it's really important to have that brain cleansing effect, but also that boosting of energy, ATP, cellular energy, at night, which we need to sedate ourselves to go to sleep, right? Ashwagandha, named after its ability to put folks to sleep. Withania somnifera. It's a somnogen. It helps people fall asleep. But you can take that herb again in the morning to run a marathon and get energy and handle stress better, and you can take it before you go to sleep like a baby, because it's a deep rejuvenative, and it also increases the ATP that we need to sedate our own selves so we can go to sleep. Another herb called skullcap, an amazing herb, and this herb was shown to actually support the function of the mitochondria in the brain even during stressful states when they actually took oxygen out of the brain. The skullcap actually supported the body still making the ATP so it could regulate energy during the day and sleep cycles at night. Really important. And then of course the final one in I call it the 4 horsemen of sleep, called passion flower. And passion flower is an adaptogen used for thousands of years for energy, for mood, for sleep. It's a natural sleep tonic, and it's one of the herbs that really help us cope with stress. It's a natural adaptogen. And these herbs are all adaptogens, or what Ayurveda calls rasayanas. Rasayanas mean that they have deep, deep rejuvenation, and that's what makes it different. So there you have it. We have an understanding now from the science and the ancient wisdom to say probably the reason why you're not sleeping so well is because you're exhausted. And if you sedate an exhausted person, you're only going to drive the exhaustion deeper into their physiology. So let's start with deep, deep rejuvenation. There's other articles you can read on my website at LifeSpa.com about melatonin and circadian medicine and how the sun affects your sleep and the chronic stress things we can do to manage our stress, lifestyle things. There's a lot more to this story. We have a full ebook called, the Ayurvedic Guide to the Best Sleep of Your Life, and that's for free, so you can check that out. And don't forget, if you like this video, to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Do you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at LifeSpa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.